out here and at my sanctuary up in the mountains. Well, it's not mine, but I call it that. Very zen, very relaxed. My friend who has the place is gone for a few hours, so I wanted to take a moment here to record a video on something that's really big. So if you didn't see the video that where I kind of introduced myself more last week, end of last week, I invite you to go check it out. I talk a bit about what I've been going through lately, why, also what I'm here to be and do, and some of what I don't do. It's more in a general sense, but there's a lot in there, and I will be working from things that I'm saying there. So I will be coming out with a lot here in different ways, and we'll see how it's shaping up on platforms and so on. And I also will be working on a book that I wrote the preface for almost 5 years ago, but I knew then that it wasn't time yet. So anyways, I want to make it as short as possible, so I don't want to get into what I said in that video. So if you are interested, I actually wanted to record another subject as soon as I could, but this is an experience I had, a very seemingly small experience that I had just a couple of days ago. And so hang with me, because it's a big subject, but I'm also taking it out in a much broader perspective and given what we are going through. So the subject is fear, and I will be talking a lot more about that in different ways, but false evidence appearing real. So again, hang with me, because I'm tying into seemingly smaller experience into a broader perspective here. So first off, human beings are born into this world with no other fear than fear of falling and loud noises. That's it. Everything else is learned, taught, instilled through experiences, conditioned, brainwashed, fed us in different ways. And everybody has stuff to work through, and we all have certain fears, right? To a lesser or smaller degree, or bigger degree, sorry. A lot going on up here. I'm a deep thinker and a deep feeler. So anyways, so go to myself here, for example. I had a big fear of spiders from a pretty young age, from childhood. A phobia, actually. I could not be sleeping in a room where there was a spider. And I'm talking about regular house spiders. Not tiny ones, but you know, a little bit with the size, but nevertheless just house spiders. So I had to ask whether it was parents, roommates, significant other, to carry them outside, because I never wanted them any harm. I didn't want to kill them. They didn't do anything to me, but I had an immense fear. This is not a valid fear, okay? Held to the know about big hairy ass tarantulas and huntsman spiders and so on. Again, I don't want them any harm, but that's not what I'm talking about here either. And of course there are poisonous spiders, but you get what I'm saying here. The fear of spiders in general, it's just not a valid fear. It's something that happened to me where I adapted that fear. So I have worked on myself. I didn't want to feel that. And now I can carry them out myself, and there can be spiders in my room, and I'm cool with that, okay? So now to the other day, I was in a pretty big courtyard. It was in the morning, no other people around. I was with a friend. And this woman started, from the other side of the courtyard, started walking toward us, and she had a daughter with her. They were wearing masks, and the daughter was about 4 years old or so. All of a sudden, she just stopped when she saw us, abruptly grabbed her daughter's hand and turned her around and walked back the other way. Now, I'm gonna make a pretty big statement here, but again, hang with me here. There's a point to all this. This woman, this mom, is unintentionally teaching her daughter to be afraid of people. Yes, I know that's a big statement. To take it just a little bit further, because you can think of this yourself. Yes, we are going through a global virus, and I'm using that term in a greater sense than the actual obvious. And as human beings, and as a mother in her case, we want to protect and have a sense of safety. The point of this is that that little girl, in this specific case, if this pattern and behavior and teachings continues in different ways, because it's in a sense saying, if you get close to people, they might make you sick or kill you. This little girl might grow up and possibly throughout her life have severe challenges that are unhealthy and patterns, phobias, whatever. We can go on and on about that. So what I'm talking about here is to really start having a greater awareness of how we react to things and look at everything we have been taught, what we're being fed, question everything individually and collectively. Because remember, fear has always been controlling the masses throughout humankind's history. That's always been the case, still happening. And we are here to protect ourselves. There are more sensible ways, though. Again, we are at the most pivotal point in humanity right now. And what happened last year and what's been happening lately, it's all taking place because there is an awakening going on. And it's a very, very pivotal time in humanity right now. Everybody who's here on this planet right now are here, and especially Generation X was the catalyst in recent time to kind of set this off, to break ancestral family patterns and what we're being fed from those in power, to break patterns, fears, and outdated things that do not work and do not serve us and the collective. Because what we adapt ourselves, like I adapted that fear of spider, we project onto others and those around us and ultimately collectively. We're all connected in oneness, one way or another, okay? So, we must start really feeling and questioning everything to raise the roof of the collective consciousness on this beautiful planet Earth and in humanity. On that note, I'll see you soon.